Hello and welcome to Microshifting. My name is Gary, and with this channel I offer energetic assistance to those that choose to practice mindset management a little more proactively. Think of what I do as simply offering a hand to help someone up, only in a different dimension, the dimension of awareness. To be clear, many others will try to teach you how to do this for yourself. I simply offer to do it for you or on your behalf. Why? For far too many years, I was stuck. I felt like I was at the bottom of a deep hole that I could not get out of, and everyone and anything that could help me was up above, outside of that hole. Every now and then, along would come someone that could help. They would say, metaphorically, "Oh, you need a ladder." "Yes," I exclaimed. "Here, let me sell you the plans for one." Now, first of all, even if I could afford their plans, how was I supposed to build such a ladder while I was in the hole? I believe this is called the proverbial catch-22. In any case, I promised that once I got out of that hole, I would run around and give ladders away to anyone that also found themselves in a similar situation. Now, I'm not saying that learning from others is not going to be required, or what I do will replace such learnings. Not at all. All I want to do is help you get started and to become self-sufficient and to allow you to move forward such that you can go on to learn and to grow and to do anything you choose instead of simply staying stuck, wasting away in that hole for far, far too long like I did. What I do is based upon decades of research using understandings gleaned from many books like Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins, The Theta Code by Sarah Lovejoy, and The Divine Matrix and the Lost Mode of Prayer by Greg Braden. While knowledge is one thing, experience is another. Or, as they say, in theory, practice and theory are the same. In practice, they are not. One theory I use to underpin my work is that everything is already perfect, and that I simply seek to understand the perfection in everything. Given that everything is perfect, then change becomes about simply choosing a different perfect path. It is no longer about fixing or healing or even good versus bad. Everything simply is, and the only power each of us has is to choose how we react to the things around us or things that happen to us. Now, that's the theory. How does it work in practice? One of my discoveries was something I've dubbed the magic words. With that, I've combined more than 3 decades of computer programming with over 2 decades of intense meditation and a decade of experimentation to refine the process. The magic words simply accepts the perfection of what is and gently assists the body to accept something it thought of as a threat, and by viewing it in that new light, seeing the value and even the blessing that it actually was. I have 2 variations of the magic words, depending on how deeply a no longer serving belief is being held. The next exercise I discovered was the chakra tuning. Yes, there are lots of ways to balance chakras. Balancing simply means making sure they all behave in concert, without any given chakra being more present or persistent than any others, while every chakra plays its part. But what about tuning them? Tuning simply means that each chakra will, for a short period of time, perhaps up to 2 hours or so, favor the elements that it is being tuned for. For example, the first chakra tuning exercise I have recorded favors health, wealth, well-being, and happiness in that order. However, this exercise could be done with any set of values in any order. I do plan to do a few more recordings based upon requests from our subscribers. After that, I discovered the cellular rejuvenation exercise. This one is similar to the magic words in its ability to process trauma. However, it is for those things that have gotten much deeper into the body, either at a very young age or with a strong force, like an accident or a strong emotionally charged event. Over the years, I've gotten really good at feeling when a trauma is being activated in another person. You can quite literally see their breathing change when this occurs. For those incidents, I'll find the trigger and I'll simply work with the emotion at hand. As I do not need to dig, and I'll simply perform the magic words exercise on a person's behalf to change their understanding of the cause or the root cause of that specific trigger. The latest exercise I've discovered is what I call fired together, wired together, otherwise known in scientific circles as the Pavlovian effect. Interestingly enough, I had a strong Pavlovian connection between spa music and stress. I lived through a period of extreme stress. So much stress that I can remember the most relaxing thing I did was sit in a dentist chair. I'm not kidding. In order to deal with the stress levels, I would go for massage regularly, something I think everybody should do, by the way. And every time I went, they played spa music. After this period of stress passed, it was well over a decade, I noticed that every time I heard spa music, I would start getting stressed again. Now, I mention this as of all the exercises I've discovered, this one is one of the easiest to address, and yet it's the most elusive to discover. I had another connection that defied just about everything I threw at its symptoms, and it remained virtually invisible until one day I had this extremely deep lucid dream where it was finally revealed. That's when I got both the connection and the ability to resolve it or unwire connections like that. For me, that connection was excuses and illness. As a child, I had no end of illness, and it was perfect for getting me out of all kinds of things, like going to school. Turns out that my body connected those dots, and now it was constantly making me sick, so that I would always have an excuse handy just in case it was ever needed. No amount of healing exercises or anything I could muster would shake that connection, as I simply was not aware of it. I'm hoping I can develop a new technique to sense these more easily in the future, however, time will tell. Once they are detected, then the unwiring is actually pretty simple. I think I will call that exercise the Pavlovian release. My plan for this channel is to simply record as many of these exercises on as many topics as I can in order to help as many people as I can make as many shifts as they see fit. I write the music for each track, although I'm more of a technician than a musician, as I didn't want to have them all sound the same, plus I wanted to avoid some of the copyright challenges that comes up even with properly licensed music from elsewhere. I would at some point like to do something similar with the video, as the really good stock footage is easily overused. The audio tracks are first made available on SoundCloud, and then they are combined with video for this channel. Use the medium that works best for you, or even both as you see fit. I just want to see you get out of whatever hole you feel stuck in and get back into the game of life. Why the name microshifting? Well, at first it seems like it's making the effect seem smaller. That is not the intent. The effect of some of these tracks can be quite profound on the first watch. Instead, the intent behind the name is to frame the amount of overall shift that is really required to make a significant life change. Each shift, no matter how profound, is nonetheless just a micro step towards your stated goals and expressed desires. Please enjoy this channel, and thank you so much for being here.